What I'm showing you today is a TRX4M. It is an 18 scale crawler slash trail. I guess it's a scale and trail, but anyway. I'm amazed at it, and I'll tell you why. Back when the small ones came out, I got a hold of some axial axle trucks, and I'll be honest with you, they were about the hokiest things I ever seen. They just didn't operate correctly. I mean, I tried to do rock crawling with them and crawl up stuff, and he just kept falling over. So, wasn't impressed. Now check this out. It is actually got the full-size radio. Now, obviously there's no batteries in here. I'm gonna have to put my own batteries in here. But it does come with a little 7.4 volt 20C 750 2-cell LiPo. I mean, wow. Let's pull this battery out and take a peek at it. And there it is. Put that back in the box. It's a little guy, but it's a little truck. And then of course, talks about all the warnings of fire and so forth. Honestly, I'm gonna have to remove that because that's a little much. But it does come with a charger. Now this is a USB charger, and honestly, I plugged it in and it charged it pretty quick. I mean, I was a little impressed on how fast it took to charge it. So let's take a look at the truck. First thing, it comes really wrapped up nice, and it also comes with a booklet, which is probably going to show all your parts like they always do, and it comes with some tools and a tire tool for removing the wheels and so forth. Now, the one thing I did get with this that didn't come in the box is I got the upgrade Performance Series accessory, which is going to be the metal horn for the servo, and this replaces this plastic cross arm. So pretty cool. So now we're not going to be installing this today. That'll be another video. But right now we're just going to go ahead and go over the truck and the okay. So there's two releases, one here and one at the back, and it just okay. I don't know why. I guess there you go. So that way we can go ahead and take all the plastic out here. And try to break the mirror off. Now these mirrors do not fold in like the ones on the big 10 scale, but this is actually a hard body. Pretty cool. So it looks like the fenders are held in by these two screws. I think it's actually the fenders, running board, and everything are held together here. And then I know there's a light kit that comes with it where you can change out and put lights in it, and that'll be later. But yeah, you can, I don't think it removes the roof though. Now just the roof rack looks like. I don't know, maybe the roof, that looks like that's just gonna be the roof rack itself. Yeah, the roof doesn't come off from what I can tell. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a pretty cool little rig. And so what makes this one different is they put a really rubbery bungee-ish type thing to hold your battery in. So you put your battery in here and then you stretch it down and it locks it in. And the good thing about this is no matter what you do, this truck flips over, it's gonna take, absorb the hit upside down and so forth. Now, again, I am gonna remove this overabundant label thing here. But, so the one thing people have heard complaining is, oh my gosh, there's no off and on switch. There's no off and on switch. How cheap is that? You have to plug it in to make it go, unplug it to turn it off. Well, let me tell you something, people. If you're not used to LiPo batteries, you should never leave them plugged in anyway. You should never leave it plugged in and turned on at all. One of the dumbest things on earth to do is to do that, because you're going to end up burning out something. So that's probably why Traxxas did that, because they probably got tired of warranting stupidity, you know, because they're going to stand behind their product, but you know, you get people who don't know, and I don't mean stupid in a disrespectful way. I'm just saying stupidity as in because some people don't listen. There's an easy set button on this radio, ESC/receiver, and of course your little Titan motor and your little servo. Now they do have a lot of upgrades you can get. You can actually switch all this plastic here to metal. You can also change out your tires and wheels. The cool thing is you can actually keep these wheels and just change out the tire if you don't like them, because they're not glued in, and it'll just come right off, like pretty much like that. You just take it all the way off. I'm not going to go that route right now, but if you want to upgrade and get some different wheels, I didn't go through all the stuff that the RC store had at Awesome RC Car, but they had a lot of hop-ups there, a lot. And I can't wait to dig into that part and do it. So let me go get some batteries for this. I didn't think about having them, but let me go get some batteries for this and I'll be right back. And I did bring the axials out that I got a hold of. I mean, they're cute little trucks and they're good for whatever. They just don't really crawl that good. I mean, if you look at, look how the axles are just bobbing back, because it's just a piece of metal and plastic with like some really lightweight springs, and that's pretty much it. I knew when I was trying to crawl this one, it just kept flipping over. Like, it just kept flipping over and over. I mean, you could take and shake this around, and they're pretty, I think they're pretty decent shocks. Now as far as, oh, that was easy enough. So anyway, I did get some batteries for this radio. And so this basically plugs in right here to the ESC. And you'll know it's on because obviously the fog lights of the bumper will be on. Now they do have a light kit you can install that's going to light up the tail lights and the headlights and so forth. That'll be something later date that we get. But the thing I love about how this works is how clean it is. You know, the body mounts are at the bottom, so it makes the truck look very clean. You know, where unfortunately these things have clips sticking out. I mean, it's only on one end of it though, and it does flip up like a, what do you call it? Like the old funny cars used to. But I don't know. I know that these were probably like 130 bucks each, and this was like 150 bucks. So some people are complaining, oh my God, I can't believe it's that amount of money. I mean, honestly, whatever. So on this radio, it does adjust your steering. Now you can, on the settings, go into settings and set it on crawl mode, but that is, I don't know, I just tend to like how, I mean, if you just hold this truck and feel it, it feels like a real RC. You hold this, it feels like, I'm sorry, like something you'd buy at Walmart. And of course the bodies are really flimsy. They're just, you know, like a regular RC body would be, which I have no problem with that part of it, to be honest with you. I just wish they could have cleaned up and not put these pins through the body. You know, there was some squabble about the battery on this. And honestly, people were like, oh, there's no balancing port. There's no balancing port. Well, I got news for you. There's 3 cables right here. This self-balances, just like the Traxxas batteries that have no balancing port dangling off of them. These self-balance. Granted, this one doesn't, but this also charges on the charger on the balancing port. So, you know, yeah, this is great. This is the part that plugs in. It charges through the balancing port. I have no problem with that. I mean, either way. But the thing is the thing that was killing me is everybody keeps going back and forth, and this thing self-balances. Now, I know there's 3 wires here too, but see, this is the balancer. The hot cable only has 2 wires. This is why this charges in here and balances at the same time. So all these big YouTubers that are going back and forth and slamming it for that, I think they just need to reevaluate what they're doing, because honestly, this balances itself while it's charging. So erase that out of your head. If you heard it from other ones, picking on this, talking about, oh, it doesn't have a balance. It does. It's right there. It balances and charges at the same time, and in the same plug plugs into the ESC. So therefore, yeah, we're done. We're done with that. Somebody was talking about the radios. Yeah, I mean, this radio looks okay. I mean, it's got the few adjustments here and dials and so forth. I mean, I have no problem with the extra tuning on here. I mean, you know, it still feels like a decent RC. Yeah, maybe you can do this and run it with your one hand, you know, and of course this one would be a little bit tougher, but yeah, you can buy the piece where you take this off and put it on there. So I actually have that on one of my radios. Not everybody is filming who needs that. This is an 18 scale, these are a 124 scale. Again, I don't understand the big deal why you would knock 150 bucks for this, but then you'd spend 230 for this. Yeah, this comes with upgrades, but you don't have to do the upgrades. This thing actually probably run a long time just like it is. This, honestly, I'd have to put different shocks on it and so forth. And it's just not that one, it's this one too. I mean, you know, these are good for kids. I mean, honestly, eventually they're gonna break because, you know, everything is what it is. Again, the biggest problem I have with this is the shocks. That's the biggest thing I have a problem with it. Because crawling, these things tend to flip over. Case in point. Well, look how thin the tires are. I mean, they're very thin. So that's also gonna kill your stance. But like if you were to drive this up on here like this, you know, or try to go higher, it's not going to, it doesn't want to stand up too good. Whereas the Traxxas is going to teeter-totter too, but case in point, let's see where our side balance is. I'm gonna place, since it's brand new, I'm gonna place this book here so we don't scratch it up. But here's your side. I mean, that's how far you have to go before it rolls over, right there. A little back this way, it falls back. This one, honestly, I don't think the side hill's that bad, but when I was crawling with this, it just kept falling over, kept flipping over. So therefore, I mean, if you're an axial person, you know, hey, whatever. It's still not a bad truck for the price. I just think this is a better truck for the price. That's your decision, what you like. Now there is the Defender. The Defender one, I don't have, and I haven't played with it, so I can't tell you anything about it other than that. But anyway, now as far as batteries go, so if you needed to purchase some extra batteries, is the battery still in these things? Yeah. So these batteries here is what came with it. Put these back together real quick. Don't want to lose my pins. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm trying to remember which battery came with what. I'm assuming think these is what came with the truck. These are the ones I picked up for the truck. You know, I mean, they're both are USB chargers. These are probably like 12, 15 bucks for the batteries. And if you want more of these batteries for the Traxxas, it's about 12, 15 bucks for those. So, but the thing that got me was, this one's 430 30C. This one's 350, so it came with a 350 30C. These are all 2S's. This is the one I bought, and this is the one it came with. This is 750, but it's 20C. And this thing still takes off like a little rocket with 20C. So I don't see the real big problem with this, other than I do like, again, the way this feels in my hands versus this. So to each his own, but honestly, I'm going to be getting rid of these and getting more of these. And it's just my own preference. I've always loved Traxxas. Traxxas has always been my thing. I was the one who pumped up the Defender when it first came out on the TRX4. So anyway, that's pretty much it. So I hope this kind of helped you guys, because like I said, there was a lot of talk amongst the bigger YouTubers that give really good reviews on trucks, but they kept hounding about this not having a balance port, when this is the balance port and the power port. So this balances as it charges. So anyway, that is pretty much it. I just knew that Traxxas was not going to come out with anything, and I know there are other batteries, which I can't think of the name of them, they go in their regular chargers balanced too, and they don't have a balanced port like these batteries that need 2 wires. So anyway, that's it. So I hope this helped. Stand by for the other video that is going to show me doing the upgrades on this. Oh, the other thing too I noticed is all the little screws and stuff. I would have to go out and buy a whole nother set of tools just to work on this thing. And this truck here is going to have a 1.5 millimeter to 2 millimeter, which is standard in all other RCs. Thanks for watching.